Hello everyone, I've been asked severally about my thoughts on Uber's new logo, and so I thought to put it together. So the first thing that came to my mind was, wow, you have your third logo in 8 years. And it's the fourth actually, if you think about the modification that was done in 2016. And so Uber came up with this brilliant story, which I really did love, about atoms and beats. Atoms being the basis of everything. In their own words, from models across the world to the entire New York City, and then beats being the building blocks of the technology upon which their innovation is built. Beautiful story. And then they put this in a symbol that really does justice to it. So the squares representing the beats and then the circles representing the atoms. And I love this, and I thought it worked up until they came up a few days ago and then announced a new logo. Now, in the CEO's words, I can't recall his name, that. So the CEO says that Uber is about mobility, Uber is about more, and which was a confusion for me because I felt like the atoms and beats logo was all encompassing enough. It could become anything, because you're talking about bringing people to the things that are important to them. So was it going to be Uber Eats? Was it going to be renting cars? Whatever it is that Uber was going to do, I felt like that logo really did cover it already in advance. But then all I needed to do was read their case study on the rebrand. So Uber says that they spent over 1,000 hours listening to riders, partners, and drivers all over the world, and then they came up with a number of key findings that really did justify the new logo. So first, people wanted their U back, the letter U. So the first logo that the company started with in 2010 and used up until 2016 was based on the letter U. And then the new logo in 2016 was an abstract logo, which made sense with that story. People wanted the U. Number two thing they discovered was that Uber was a generic word. So it's like the way we ask for Indomie when we want to buy noodles over here. Like people already connect Uber with moving around. And then they also observed that as beautiful as the story in 2016 was, people were not getting it. So it was a case of facing the fact. It was a case of not being in self-denial to say, you know what guys, this story is beautiful and we know, but this is what our people want. And I think this is a very important point, because it underscores the difference between art and design. It underscores the fact that design has to always be intentional, based on research and your findings. So as much as you want to convey a feeling, as much as you want to tell a beautiful story, you always have to go with what the customers think. But then I think on the overall, this is really amazing level of flexibility for a company at that level like Uber. I wish that we could have more organizations with this level of flexibility over here. I mean, it means that I could imagine in Uber that someone comes up in the boardroom and says, hey guys, I'm not sure this logo, I know we had a beautiful story, we spent a lot of millions of dollars on it, but it doesn't fully represent us. And then the CEO, who must be someone like me, because that's how we run here at Ford Canvas, goes like, oh well, if it doesn't fit, then of course we should rethink it, which is the direct opposite to what you find with most organizations. I mean, I look forward to a time when we have more of that over here. On a lighter note, Ford Canvas will probably have enough rebranding jobs that we're going to have to tell some clients, you know what, sir, we want to do your job, but it's going to have to be after Christmas, like 2019 Christmas. I mean, but really, I think the future would do with a lot more flexibility, a lot more being real, with a lot more of facing the facts. So on the overall, I think that it was the right move. It was intentional. It was based on what the customers wanted, and it really didn't make sense. Like, yeah, so you asked for it. Thanks for asking, and thanks for listening. Yeah, of course. Well, it's mobility, right? Yeah, it's mobility.